Let's find out as simple as possible what is CLI. I'm going to be explaining CLI or command line interface as if you've never developed in your entire life. This is as easy as it's going to get, so let's jump in. Welcome back, y'all. I already know you clicked on this video because everyone seems to be talking about CLI. What is a CLI and why are we using CLI with artificial intelligence, whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, all of it. So as you know, these style videos, we're going to go over the why, how we actually use CLI in action, and finally, should we even care? First things first, what the heck is CLI? So back in the old days, we're talking the 70s and the 60s, when they used to code, they used to use terminal. You know, terminal here, I think it's called command line or something like that in Windows. But the idea is that command line interface is simply when you do terminal commands. Don't worry, we're not going to get scary in this video, but the point being is that at a fundamental base level, CLI is when you do terminal commands. Or back in the old days, the 70s, I love the 70s, they would do it to code relevant programs. And as you could probably already assume, it still has relevance now, as most developers still use something like terminal to code and do git commits, do different things within the cloud or on your computer, as you'll see right now. So what is CLI and what does it mean in action? There are two ways you use CLI, and we've been using CLI, and that is either through your computer or through an online service. Here's a specific example. So example number one, and why it's super cool and what we've been seeing with OpenClaw, and I believe Claude just came out with like Workspace or something like that, is it will access your terminal here and be able to do things like, you know, create a folder, mkdir my folder, and it creates a folder. Don't overcomplicate this, y'all. Literally, the CLI is just putting in this one line into terminal, and then it will automatically create a folder on your desktop. So that's it in action when it's on your computer. This can do other things like search files on your computer, create CSVs, everything of this nature. The extra layer here that CLI gets really cool is when you access stuff in the cloud. For example, one you probably already know of, Claude.com, like Anthropic, that situation. What a CLI is in the cloud and command line interface, I'm gonna say CLI a lot, CLI, 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 that situation, is it's gonna take a thing called API. If you don't know what API is, this is our way to essentially communicate with different value in the cloud. So here's a really simple example. I have my phone here, it's cracked, but with my phone, what I can do is set up like a Telegram bot for OpenClaw or Claude, access Instagram's API like IG, and automatically post to Instagram via Telegram or something like that. Like it's just the communication of like, you know, like email. I'm sending an email to Instagram like, hey, I want to post this, but API is the way we do that. It's the bridge. What I'm saying to you is I want you to think of CLI in the cloud like a really nice, beautiful steak that's just perfectly cooked, while the API might be like, hey, we got to go kill the cow. We got to go cut up the cow, because it is more intuitive. It's more developer centric comparative to something like CLI. Here's a prime example. If I want to do an API call to generate something with AI via Claude's API, this is what it looks like with the direct API. Notice we have to do a post request, there's headers involved, everything of the nature of what an API call is, which is a little bit more developer centric. A CLI is a nice little wrapper to make it look beautiful. So we're able to take a call to get a message. I want a message, Claude, and make it simply one line in our terminal. Claude, refactor this file to use async and await. While alternatively, what you'll notice is that we would do the content here, max tokens, model, make it clean. So why is this relevant, and why you probably clicked on this video is like, okay, what is the applicable skill that I need to learn here? And that comes to this last box here of who cares. And as you probably guessed it, AI agents care. And specifically, you are going to care. And why you should care is AI agents using a system like OpenClaw, Claude Cowork, or whatever it is, like these agents that almost work autonomously. CLI is a really effective way for it to do actions throughout the internet and on your computer. Now, let me give you a specific example. All right, cool. So I got OpenClaw, I got Claude Cowork, I got my CLI layer here, delete box. Here are two specific examples that you may care about or just have a better comprehension of what the heck's going on. First example, techsnif. You set up your AI agent. Your AI agent's working. If you want to know how to set up OpenClaw so you can automatically do stuff 24/7, check out the description down below. I show you how to set up in 5 minutes. But the point being is that you have your agent and you want it to be able to do things, cool things. You look at the software or action you want it to do. So we're going to look at techsnif here. Techsnif is going to aggregate every single news source when it comes to tech news. Check it out. But the point is that they have a CLI layer. I would click CLI. I would provide the directions via this copy button. I would literally just copy, and then I would paste it over to my AI AI agent. So now this AI agent can automatically, whether you set it to a like every day at 8 a.m., give me the news situation, but this AI agent will communicate via its terminal the ability to get different things. So in this context, it's able to get top stories. It's even able to get tweets associated with that story, or blue skies, or whatever they call them, LinkedIn posts, Reddit forums. Like specifically for techsnif CLI, it essentially is an open interface to allow AI agents to crawl the entire internet when it comes to tech news. So that's why CLI is important in this context. Because alternative ways to maybe do the action of getting tech news, you would get blocked by Wall Street Journal, like, hey, here's a paywall. Or alternatively, like XYZ news source, it's trying to scrape the website. Don't let it scrape it. AI blocker, that situation. But then you access it via something like techsnif CLI. It's your nice little tunnel to access data. This works in other contexts as well, of course. One very specific one is GCP, Google Cloud, the internet, the cloud. GCP has a CLI, and I actually really like this one. So with GCP CLI, I can do things like, hey, check my logs for the last 24 hours. Tell me if there's any errors for my software, anything. Let me leave you with this. First thing I'll leave you with, if you want to see if you can upgrade your AI agent and do a cool thing via CLI, type in whatever you want to do. Does it have a CLI? Proceed. Second thing, which is major nuance. If a software has an API layer and you can authenticate with it, e.g. like, hey, I own this key or whatever, you can actually do similar things you can do with CLI. It's just a little bit more clunky. So that just about does it. So as you know these style videos, make sure you leave a like. I'll see you in the next. Did Corbin quite literally just explain what CLI is and how it's important and fundamental to AI agents and the future of everything type of video? Okay, I want to post this.